going over to the country of Georgia, talk about an interesting development with Coinbase. Yeah, Zach's grabbing his bags. Don't forget anything, dude. Where the interest or the the change of the price of the lari, the national currency of Georgia, caused some crypto users to cash out bigly, about 1,000. This was first reported by Sebastian Sinclair over at Blockworks. According to this report, the price of the lari was about $290. So, off by a few decimal places. It should have been about $2.90. This allowed some crypto users to notice the arbitrage difference, cash out for 10 times what they normally would have otherwise gotten, and then walk away with it. Coinbase has been working with local banks to shut down access to some people's funds and is trying to claw back all this. Apparently, this happened for only a few hours on Wednesday, and it's still an ongoing situation, with Coinbase saying that it was a non-material amount of lost funds, but yet still, they are trying to get their money back. Zach, going to throw this one over to you. It's kind of a weird story, but it does make sense that things like this could happen, right? You just add a wrong decimal place, and before you know it, a lot of people made a lot of money.
Whoops. Yeah, it happens. I mean, crypto is money. People will go to great lengths people will go to great lengths to do all sorts of crazy things with money on the internet. And, we see it all the time, right? Whether it's worthless tokens that may one day be of value, and you're claiming them with all these different burner accounts to maximize your potential earnings, even though there's no value associated with them at all. Or, hey, there's a decimal in the wrong spot, and someone recognizes that opportunity and seizes upon the day. However, I don't think they're going to necessarily be able to harness the bank error in this instance. Looks like some of the accounts have been frozen and they're working to get it back. But hey, it's kind of an interesting little footnote in the annals of crypto history when some of these bugs come along, and sure enough, because there's money attached, it is exploited by people who are willing to go to great lengths to do so. So yeah, credit to whoever saw this and took advantage of it. I don't think it's going to work, but credit to the eagle eyes for anyone in Georgia who was able to seize upon this opportunity for however small that window was. But yeah, crypto do be like that sometimes. Jen, what do you got?
It was wild to me that the entire bank accounts of people who were involved in this were frozen. And maybe, Will, you can fact check me here, but the story didn't really mention anything about Coinbase asking these customers for the funds back. It just said, this thing happened and now bank accounts are frozen. And not just the funds that were taken mistakenly or stolen or taken opportunistically, maybe, all of the funds. And so that is kind of scary to me. I think one of the banks mentioned in the article also said, yes, the funds were frozen, but this didn't come as a request of Coinbase, but they didn't disclose who requested that these funds be frozen. And so I think it's an important reminder that whether you have an account on a centralized exchange or you have an undoxed wallet that maybe can lead back to you via, I don't know, like an ENS domain being registered to your name or transferring money there from a centralized account, your actual bank account could be frozen. I think that sometimes we think that regulators and governments don't have as much power as they do. And so just be careful. And if you are going to take advantage of something like this, be ready for the repercussions, because you may not be notified first. That's my...
someone always has a bigger stick to whack you with, right? Mm-hmm. Some interesting footnotes in this article is that, yes, financial institutions were the first ones to reach out. One quote from the story on Blockworks is, "Hello, we have marked your transactions with Coinbase as suspicious. We're locking all your accounts and cards. Please be aware that Coinbase may request clawbacks of funds. Sorry." So little just nice message there you get. It's also
how do you buy groceries?
I know, tough. Also nice to notice that, or a good little footnote here, is that $4,200 is about the average annual income of a typical Georgian citizen. And if you made maybe $150 on a trade, 10x that, you made $15,000. So, and this could be a lot of money for some people who typically are not garnering that much income per year. And so it'd be a tough spot to be there. Luckily, it's only about 1,000 people, but I would say, like, if you're in the situation and you netted a trade and you made some money, it'd be kind of tough, just like from a mental perspective. Zach, we'll give it to you before we go to the next story.
I just want to go to Tbilisi. I did find my passport. I'm ready to rock. Let's fly to Tbilisi time.
Wow, that's fast.
Let's do this thing. All right. You should
now
read the book.
I feel like I need my passport.
Young Stalin. He grew up in Tbilisi way back when.